What is up? What is up, people? Hope you're well. Let's just let this get rolling, and we'll let a few people join. Hope everyone's had an amazing week. And I wanted to just jump on live because I'm getting loads and loads of DMs and questions about our Black Friday offer, our done for you offer, which expires this evening at midnight, and you have to get a call booked in. Before that point, it can be a call booked in over the weekend. That's fine. But I've been getting tons of questions, so I figure it's best to come on and give you guys the opportunity to ask any questions that you may have. So welcome if you're joining. Where you're joining in from, let us know in the chat where you're coming in from. So for those of you that are watching this and you don't yet know what I'm talking about, if you've been living under a rock and you haven't seen all of our emails and our ads and so on, just as a side note, if you are not subscribed to our email list, affluent.academy, then make sure you go sign up to that email list so you get notified when things like this happen. We've been talking about this and giving it a bit of a song and a dance over the past week. So as many of you will know, I've been educating in this space for 8 years now. And for much of that time, I would just give people the information like I do on this YouTube channel, give people information. Of course, we give even more inside of our private communities, inside of our coaching, where we can dedicate even more time. And it was about 4 years ago now myself that I decided to stop going out on this path alone and started seeking mentorship for myself. And that was the catalyst that allowed me to scale to multi-seven figures, which is why this Black Friday, we want to give other people the opportunity to be completely led when it comes to their business, to have what we are calling a Sherpa's experience, where we will guide you up the mountain to the summit yourself. And so for this Black Friday exclusively, what we're doing is we are building people's agency foundations. We are literally building their offer. So we're crafting that offer. We're laying the foundations as far as the niche is concerned and advising and selecting a niche on their behalf based on their unique situation. Because of course, we're all starting from different situations. What is right for me is going to be very different to what is right for you. And so we're going to select those niches for you initially. And note I say niches because what we recommend doing is starting with a few different niches, and then we're going to find out and hone in on the best one later down the line. And we're going to help you build out the perfect service strategy if you don't already have that built out. And we're going to craft all of your sales scripts, be that your cold calling, emails, DMs, and so on and so forth. So we're going to build all of that for you, which is a huge time investment from our end. And it means that you have confidence that when you launch your agency, you are launching with the foundations that a seven-figure agency has built on your behalf. So you know that you're not going to make those little mistakes that so many people make along the way, along their journey, that inhibit their success, that prevent them from getting the results they want to get. And in some cases, in fact, I'll be honest, many cases, lots of people try to go at this alone in this space. And they're like, oh, I want to save a little bit of money. I just want to keep trying to do this alone. And they struggle for months and months and months on end until they eventually give up because the rejection was too much for them and the failure was too much for them, and they don't have the support network around them. Whereas if a new NBA player or a new UFC fighter or a new football player said, oh, I'm not going to go through training. Let's say boxing. Let's say someone's going to a boxing match. If they're going into that boxing match, and I don't need training. I'm good. I'm fine. I can figure it out. I can just watch some Mike Tyson fights and I'll get there. People would think they were a lunatic. People would think they were crazy. You would never get into the ring without getting coached throughout that entire process, coached by somebody that already knows what they're doing. And it's exactly the same as in business. If you go at it alone and you pull it off, you're a hero, sure. But how many heroes are there? Very, very few. Most people, if not all people in business, have someone that's guiding them alongside their journey. And it's always been my pride and my passion to help people do that and to be that person for other people like I needed in the early stages of my business. And so I wanted to jump on this call and to give you guys the opportunity to ask any questions you've got, but I wanted to make sure that you are all very aware that this offer is ending at midnight tonight. This is not something we typically do. We've opened this up for Black Friday. Of course, we do typically mentor people. We bring them in and we hold their hand one-to-one over the course of them getting their first 10 clients, and we guarantee they'll sign 10 clients or their next 10 clients if they're already established. But it is Yeah, it is not typical for us to build out all the foundations on your behalf, which is, yeah, it's just, you're truly setting yourself up for success. Before we jump into some questions, I want to actually show you a little bit, because I'm conscious that I haven't actually shown you inside of this new program that we've created, Agency Launch. It's our brand new done with you agency training program, which is for agencies that are yet to hit $10,000 per month. And so we help you get to $10,000 plus, and we help you scale the agency from there. This is essentially the new Affluent Academy. The Affluent Academy is our company, and Agency Launch is our new flagship product that helps people launch, build, and scale agencies. And I want to show you inside the community right now. So if I can figure out how to share my screen, I'm actually just going to give you an inside peek. So, okay, you can see my screen right now. This is our Affluent Academy community, and we actually host all of our products inside the List One community. So we have Grow, Scale, and Dominate. Grow is for agencies going from 0 to 10K a month. Scale is from agencies going from 10 to 100K per month, and that's our elite program that you may have seen ads for. Dominate is our session mastermind in-person events, and that is for agencies that are already above 100K per month. And in this community, we, of course, have a feed. In fact, actually, only 4 hours ago, we have a learning design team, and we're continually updating content, continually bringing new content to our community. We just released 10 brand new lessons. Okay, so this program has been launched a month now. We just released 10 brand new lessons for the community. And I'll show you a little bit about what the course looks like in a moment. You can see Brenna here, 34 minutes ago, signed a new client, which is awesome. And earlier on today, I announced our Ring the Bell winners. So we have an initiative when people share when they're signing up new clients. Ian, for example, here closed 5 new clients in 2 days, which is absolutely mental. And so we share in the success, and we relish in everybody feeding off the energy of other people's success. And so we have a feed inside the community, pretty standard stuff, and we have a lot of community initiatives just to get everybody engaged. And this brand new community is something we've only released within the last 4 weeks. We're currently building a custom mobile app as well that people are going to get access to, which is going to be absolutely bonkers. We have an upcoming call library, so you can see that we actually have live Q&A calls. These are group coaching calls happening every single day. So look, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then sometimes we have Monday calls going on as well. In fact, we've got another events library I'll show you in a moment for another subsection. So these calls are going on all the time. You can go ahead and you can join. You can also go on past events library, and you can just go on one of the events and you can watch the replays back. And you can see we've just got tens and tens and tens of historic calls. In fact, we haven't even uploaded all of the historic ones to this platform yet. So they're yet to get slapped in there. We then have our AI lead generation program. So this is our brand new AI lead generation training program. And you can see we've got calls, tons of calls going on there as well. Wednesdays, every Wednesday and Monday, there are calls going on inside of AI lead generation. Then there's an entire training program that will teach you how to start an AI lead generation agency too. Let's go into the course material, and we can actually see what we've got going on. So let's have a little look at a lesson. Let's have a look at product market fit, something that not many agencies really consider when they're first starting out. People think, oh, let me just launch an agency. Let me just pick a niche. Let me pick an offer. Let me pick a service, and let me just hope for the best. Well, have you actually done your research to know that there is product market fit? Okay, and this is something that in Black Friday, we are going to do on your behalf. We are going to establish that there is a demand within your selected market for the service you're offering. So we go through to the lesson content itself. Okay, all of our lessons are available in both written, audio, and video format, because we recognize that people all learn in completely different ways. So this content is going to be written out, so you can go ahead and you can read the content yourself. You can search through to the relevant part. There are big in-depth videos. This is 35 minutes long inside the content itself. In fact, some lessons even have multiple videos for just one lesson. Okay. And then we also have an audio book for every single lesson as well. So you can go ahead and you can listen on the go when you're in the car, or you can read and listen at the same time. And then at the bottom, we always have links to worksheets, templates, SOPs, any relevant resources to that specific lesson. So this goes so much further beyond your typical online training program. This is not about just watching one little video surrounding one topic. These are in-depth masterclasses that cover every single micro nuance of every area of scaling a successful agency, from lead generation to your sales pipeline to cold calling. It's not just one little video showing you how to cold call. This is a breakdown of every single system that you could possibly need. It's every single resource you could need that you can download, and multiple videos showing you the process for relevant context. We then have, I'll even show you right now. Let's go on the cold calling lesson so you can get an idea of what you're actually going to get inside this. We go down to resource. I'm not going to open up this material, but if we go down to resources, you've got a cold calling script framework, but also have a cold calling outreach tracker as well. And so this is a detailed tracker that you can use in order to track every single bit of data inside of a cold call to establish where you're going right and where you're going wrong on that call. And we even have feedback sessions, live cold calling sessions happening multiple times a week where you can jump on a call, you can live cold call, and you can have expert sales coaches giving you feedback. Okay. That happens in something called the boiler room. We have that happening for a number of different sales initiatives. You can even send your sales calls over to the team, and our Sherpas, our mentors, will listen to those sales calls and give you feedback on everything that you're doing wrong in the meeting and things that you can do to actually improve. So that's agency launch. Let me go over to AI lead gen so you can get an idea of what we've got going on there as well. You can see we've got another entire program which is teaching you all the micro nuances of building a successful AI lead generation agency from scratch. Okay, so this is all service deliveries. This is how to set up campaigns. This is how to generate leads. This is how to use AI and be maximize your efficiency when it comes to actually converting these leads into appointments. That's the key, using both AI SMS and DM systems, but also AI voice systems, as well as the latest technology and AI sales agents to remove yourself from having to appointment set on behalf of your clients. Great. I think that's pretty much everything I want to show you inside the community. If you've got some additional questions, there's other things that you want to see, do let me know in the comments, and I'll come back to the live stream in a second and I can show you what is going down. But I believe we only have a few spaces left for this Black Friday offer. The last time I checked, we had 6 this morning, but I've seen a number of different sales come in today. So if I was to speculate, then I would say that we've probably got about 4 spaces left. The reason why we're capping this on Black Friday is because it is incredibly time consuming to be building out. This is pretty obvious, to be laying out all the foundations on your behalf. When you're coming in, we're going to analyze your situation. We're going to get to know you, okay, on a one-to-one basis. You'll be allocated a Sherpa or a mentor that's going to work with you one-to-one every single week until you sign a minimum of 10 new clients, okay? Or you pay nothing, by the way, and will continue working with you for free until you actually do sign those clients. Because the number one thing that matters to us more than anything else is that each and every one of our students gets results, okay? And so we would much rather, and this is yet to happen, but we would much rather work with you for free than not see you get results. Okay. But if you follow the process, it's going to happen. It's inevitable, because we have literally worked with over 4,500 agency owners over the past 8 years. There is not a single other business in the agency space that has worked with as many agency owners as we have. Okay, because they just simply haven't been around for as long as we have. We've been around for 8 years now. We were within one of the first 3 people to ever even talk about SMA online. I've uploaded almost 1,000 videos on my YouTube channel at this point. And you won't find a bad review about us, because we get results, and because we care about our students, and because we go the extra mile to over deliver on every single product we put out to our community, and always give realistic claims to what people can actually achieve. Now, am I saying this is going to be easy for you? Absolutely not. Okay, business is life on hard mode. That is just the facts. Okay, outreach is difficult. Ads are difficult. Signing up clients and getting service is difficult. But with a Sherpa alongside you, with a mentor alongside you, with my guidance, and you can speak to me every single week personally, you have the highest chance of success, and you'll have the lowest friction to get you to your goals. Okay, but you're always going to have to put in work. Anybody who's telling you that business is easy, that there's a get-rich-quick scheme, that there's a little hack that you can use, they're talking absolute nonsense to you to get you over the line. Okay, so please do not apply to work with us if you're coming into this with that mentality. There is a link in the description. I've seen a couple of you guys saying, how does this work? So there is a link in the description that you can click and you can book a call with the team. Okay, it's a very, very casual call. There's no pressure. We're not going to pressure sell you. You can come in and we can ensure, we can just ensure that you're a good fit for the program and the program for you. Okay, generalist or specialist, broadly speaking, when you're starting off, I recommend being a generalist, okay? And then you want to specialize when you have data based on that. Woo, Charlie Morgan too. I presume you're talking about Charlie in reference to what I said. There's no one educates as many agency owners as we have. Charlie Morgan's a top guy, a very, very good friend. He'd be the first to admit he hasn't educated 4,500 agency owners. He's only been around for 2 years in the space educating. Again, great friend of mine. Love the guy. Shout out Charlie. But no, no one's been educating as many people that we have for as long as we have. Cool. So, guys, I'm going to open up to a little bit of Q&A, and then we will, and let's keep it relevant to what we're talking about right now, and then we will wrap things up. What makes you consistent in doing something? What makes you consistent in doing something is having a very, very clear goal and being fixated on that goal, and then having other people that can hold you accountable to that goal. For me, when I first started, having this YouTube channel was my declaration to the world that I was starting a business. And I knew that I would be failing publicly if I was to fail and not hit out those goals. And so failure was not an option to me. For other people, they get accountability partners. That's why we assign accountability partners inside of our training and inside of our programs. That's why you get a mentor that is assigned to you as well, that work with you. So it's setting goals, micronizing them so you know what the daily achievable tasks are to actually hit them, and then having other people hold you accountable to them. So when you're having a shit day, you've got the motivation. And that motivation comes in 2 forms. It's tough love and it's just love. It's love from the perspective of looking at other people's success and sharing in that, and looking at the ring the bells in the community, and then just being like, wow, if they've done this, then I can do this, and having that be that fire up your ass. And then also just sometimes having tough love from someone that says, look, man, last week you told me you wanted this, and now you're acting like you telling me you want this life, but you're doing the things that give you this life. What gives, you know? And sometimes we need that. Sometimes we need that mentor figure. Not sometimes. We always need a mentor figure that's going to help us succeed. You know, I will, even at my stage of growth, where I have made many, many, many millions online at this point, I will never, ever not have a mentor, or at least a couple mentors, because it is a fool's game. You are a fool in business if you have the financial means to get a mentor and you don't get a mentor. I will never, ever not have a mentor, because there is always someone bigger and better that knows more than you do about something that you are trying to achieve in this moment in time. And a mentor allows you to drastically expedite your learning experience to achieve whatever you're trying to achieve right now. So I'm flying back to the UK tomorrow. I'm flying back for Christmas, and I'm back in Cape Town in January. When I'm in the UK, I'm going to 2 different events, 2 different mastermind events, okay, with other peers, other people in my industry, other people that I'm trying to learn from at the moment. They're achieving certain things that I'm trying to achieve at the moment. So I can just completely download their brains and get the support that I need. You are never, ever too big to need a mentor. Okay. Mentors come in many different shape sizes. They can be your peers, they can be other people on the same journey, but mainly you want to be working with people that have already achieved the thing you are trying to achieve. And look, I don't mind if that's me or if it's someone else. It needs to be whoever is right for you. I genuinely care about your success and about the moves that you make in your life. I'm not preaching to the choir here to say you need a mentor because you need to join me as a mentor. You need me to be your mentor. That's absolutely fine if you don't resonate with me, if you resonate with someone else. But you are a fool if you have the financial means to do so and you don't invest in a mentor, be it me or anyone else for that matter. Okay. Because you're just fighting a battle which doesn't need to be fought, because someone else has fought it already, you know, and they're not going to do the work for you. Well, we will for Black Friday, as far as your foundations are concerned. But you're still going to have to make things work after that. Red, I'm doing 150 calls per day with barely any meetings. What could I be doing wrong? Well, the truth is, there's a number of different things that you could be doing wrong. In fact, Red, I'm going to show you something right now, which will maybe give you a little bit of perspective on maybe some of the things that you should be doing to understand the things that you're doing wrong. So this right now, I'm showing you right now how can I show you this without? Okay, I'm gonna have to turn the share settings off on this because this is okay. Cool. So what I'm going to show you right now is what if you were one of our members, Red, and you were saying to me, hey, look, I've made 150 calls. What's going wrong? I would say to you, look, this is what you need to start doing. You need to start tracking your calls every day. This is an automated system. All of this is automatically calculated on the back end. You need to start tracking your calls so we understand how many new leads are you called? What are your total dials? What are your pickups? How many decision makers did you reach? How many decision makers did you pitch? How many conversations? How many positive conversations? How many appointments set? And this breaks down every nuance of the cold call, and we can identify where you're going wrong. Because if you're getting if you're reaching contacts but you're not being able to pitch them, then maybe there's something wrong with the way that you're diffusing the business owner. If you're pitching but you're not having many positive conversations, then maybe there's something wrong with the way you're delivering the offer. If you're getting pickups but you're not reaching the decision maker, then maybe there's something wrong with the way you're handling gatekeepers. Okay, and by using a system like this, which automatically calculates at the end of every day, we'd also then break down kind of percentage basis here, benchmarks for all of this, so we understand what your data should be. Okay. Once you understand this, then we can diagnose you. What we would also do is we would get you on some live cold calling sessions where our sales mentors will listen to your calls as you are making them, and we will give you live feedback there as well. And failing that, we can listen to your cold calling recordings. And so the truth is there are 100 different things that could be going wrong with your sales calls right now. And these are the kind of things that you need to be thinking about in order to diagnose that solution. Okay, so if you're going to do it yourself, that's fine, but just make sure that you're tracking all of the nuances of the call itself. Okay. Hey, Jordan, bought your course in 2022. However, I was left behind. Your course helped me get a job in one of the top agencies and generating millions in my notice period, already close to clients. That is awesome, Ron. I'm so glad to hear that. I'm so glad to hear that. Congratulations. And the momentum is going now on signing. I imagine you're now signing up some clients, so keep that momentum moving. And yeah, we would love to work with you again in the future. But I'm so glad to hear that, man. So glad to hear it. We'll be seeing you in the academy soon. Awesome. Yeah, jump on the Q&A call, and when you do jump on the Q&A call with myself, and we get the chance to speak personally, please remind me of this conversation. It'll be great to have that full circle moment with you. Cool. Started an agency from your YouTube series on 2K a month after 10 weeks. That's amazing, Oran. Congrats for actually taking action on the information. That's incredible, man. How much do you spend on your mentor during the startup? Look, to be perfectly frank with you, when I first started, I started alone, and this is why I know how important mentorship is. I started alone. I watched YouTube videos and so on. I invested like $300 in a very small online course. They gave me some information. It did help me get like my first couple of clients. And outside of that, like it was a struggle through failing forward in order to get myself to 10K a month. I had to force myself to 10K a month through my knowledge in sales. I had an unfair advantage in the fact that I was based in sales before. I'd already done that legwork. When I truly got my first mentor, it cost me $36,000. That mentor was Sam Ovens. Sam Ovens has made over $100 million online. I'm sure you're all familiar with school.com with Alex Hormozi. Sam owns or part owns School. Sam is the founder of school.com, a company that I'm actually invested in. So over time, as I built a relationship with Sam, my then mentor, he offered me the opportunity to invest in School. I actually invested in School before Hormozi, so it arguably is going to be one of the best investments I ever made, because the minute Hormozi bought in, you know what happened since then, it's skyrocketed. But $36,000 I paid to be mentored by Sam. And that is, I mean, what you have to invest in order to get inside of this offer, just to be completely transparent with you, is a fraction of that. It will cost you between $2,000 and $5,000 depending on your situation. So depending on your circumstances, depending on your needs and your goals and where you are at right now, it will cost you between $2,000 and $5,000. Okay. So yes, it is above $1,000. And it goes without saying, Storm, the reason for that is because of how much time that we invest into every single student. Like even on one-to-one coaching hours, you're looking at countless. It's over 10 hours one-to-one with a true mentor. And then obviously we have probably 15 live calls going on every week, between 10 and 15 live group calls going on every week. Crazy amount of initiative. We have over 30 team members inside of the company. Our product team is just 5 team members long, 5 team members strong. So yeah, what we charge is actually a fraction of what our competitors charge. And we deliver so much more as far as time is concerned. In fact, I don't know of another mentorship program that actually offers the level of one-to-one that we do. Every other mentorship program in this space will get you into a course. They do live group coaching calls on a weekly basis, but no one does one-to-one because one-to-one is incredibly time consuming. But truthfully, one-to-one is what people actually need. One-to-one is your ability to truly connect with a mentor who's actually by your side, who understands your unique situation, because they're not working with 50 different people. They're working with a small handful of people so they can really take your success personally. Okay. I've bought Affluent Academy before, but never applied for one-to-one calls. Jose, man, you missed out. You missed out big time. You're crazy. Thanks for all the information put up free on YouTube. You're very, very welcome, and I will continue to do so. Got some really, really good videos in the pipeline over the next couple of months. Some really, really good videos. Can't wait to put them out for you. In fact, actually, one thing that you should definitely all go and do is you should go over to the Jordan Platten Extra YouTube channel. Okay. We've actually got, I've front loaded a whole bunch of new interviews over the past week. And we actually have another one coming out today. Let me just share my screen again. We've got another one coming out today. And this one went out yesterday with Brennan. Brennan is crazy, right? Brennan scaled an agency to 250K in revenue in his first 4 months. Now, granted, Brennan had an unfair advantage. He was already well known in an industry, and it was a very high ticket industry, but you should listen to that story. There's some great lessons to take from that. Adam, an absolute animal. Adam started from zero, working a full-time job and juggling a new child and a wife. Went from zero to $25,000 a month in the academy in just 8 months. Okay, you can watch some of our historic ones as well. We actually have, I believe, 3 other interviews being uploaded over the next couple of days alone. So subscribe to this Jordan Platten Extra channel and watch these videos. Like, I can't stress enough how valuable these interviews are. Many people will post an interview like this and it will just be like a course review. This is not an Affluent Academy course review. This is basically an action-packed podcast episode where this student is breaking down everything that they did to get themselves to that level of success. So you would be crazy if you are in the agency space, if you're trying to scale right now and you don't watch content like this, because this is the real life content from real life people that have achieved what you want to achieve in the past 6, 8, 12 months alone. Okay, so it's the latest information and you get a variety of contrasts. So you get to understand how different people think. You get to understand the nuances of other agencies. You get to understand how it works across other places across the world. So you'll be crazy not to watch those. Go and subscribe to that channel and check those out later when you get the time to do so. And look out for the other interviews. As I said, we're going to have one going out today. There's one going out on Saturday. There's one going out on Sunday. Go and check that out. Un Malik, scammer, course seller. Bro, I bet you've never watched a single video of mine at all. And you don't realize that I've been doing this now for 8 years. So get out of there, you stupid little child. Let's just block the guy from the channel. I'm not even interested in having you around. Stay broke. Cool. How would web development field go forward with AI? Web development is going to be a very, very interesting space to watch pan out with AI. It's going to be very, very hard to predict how that is actually going to go. I think that AI will be able to produce entire websites within the next 6 to 12 months. There are already websites that do allow you to do this or can do this, but it's not at the level yet. So if I was a web development agency, I would be looking at ways that I can use AI in the interim to make myself more efficient, to build websites faster. I would be looking at ways to build the product quicker and more efficiently and harness AI rather than resist AI. And that's the same for any industry. We don't want to resist AI. We want to embrace it in every industry. Yeah, Oran. And that's the difference. That's the difference between you and someone else that complains. Someone else who says, yeah, scammer, 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 and just talks absolute nonsense. They're the kind of people that just sit there and they moan about other people's success. Or there's people like you that have watched free content on YouTube and you've gone out and you've made 2K a month. And that is absolutely incredible. And you should be so proud of that. It is just, you can probably tell there's nothing really that annoys me more in this space than ignorant idiots who don't realize that if they just diverted their negative energy into themselves and put in that time that they are investing in thinking like a fool into running a business and actually taking action, then they would have everything that they despise other people for having. Fools. Okay. Being in a developing country, BS owners don't see the point of running ads. Local, I would still think local is a great place to start. Even if you're international, you're going to have to sign up clients on a lower rate. That's the key. You're just going to have to sign up clients lower and then branch out internationally afterwards. No, this is not pre-recorded, no lag. This is live right now. Yeah, cool. Do you think doing cold call and IGDM is smart or too much at once? It's fine when you're in the early stages, but you will want to narrow down as you progress. Okay, guys, I actually am I'm 4 minutes late on the call and I didn't even realize. So I got carried away talking to you all, which is always a pleasure. And so yeah, it's been lovely catching up with all of you. We'll probably do some more lives over the next couple of months. But if you want to be closer connected, you should make sure a couple of things. You should make sure you sign up to our school community, our agency owner school community. Make sure you sign up to our newsletter at affluent.academy. Obviously, make sure you subscribe to the channel and you've got your bell turned on this channel and the second channel. And finally, for those of you that have missed, our Black Friday offer, our done for you offer, where we are going to build all of your agency foundations, your offer, your service, your scripts, your outreach strategy, your service. We're going to build all of that on your behalf, done for you. That expires at midnight tonight. So you need to book a call in within the next couple of days. By midnight tonight, we've only got a few slots available. So guys, pleasure as always. Price-wise, between 2,000 and 5,000, depending on your situation. So it isn't a small investment, but it is a huge investment as far as time is concerned. And we guarantee you're going to sign up a minimum of 10 clients over the next 180 days, or you don't pay, and we'll work with you for free until you do. Guys, love to you all. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Keep smashing it. Keep working hard. Don't take no for an answer. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't achieve what you want to achieve, and be an unstoppable force in this world. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.